apartment. So this is my first time ever filming a vlog on a workday. So if you're new here, my name is Sara. I'm 27 years old and I live here in my new studio apartment in Copenhagen. And I work a 9-to-5 office job at a production company that makes TV series. I usually film days in my life or weekends in my life at home or out and about in Copenhagen, but I always film them on weekends. So yeah, let's see how it works out to film a work day in my life. Of course, I'll be sharing my morning routine like I have been doing, and then my work day as well as the afternoon and my evening routine. And this is just a completely normal day in my life, nothing special except I'm filming. So I'm very excited to share this with you, and I hope you enjoy this cozy average day in my life. So it's currently 7 a.m. so because I'm filming, everything is obviously taking a little bit longer. So usually I would be at the gym by now, but we're a little bit behind, but that's okay. But as you saw, I got up at 5:30, then I immediately made my bed and brushed my teeth. And then I also have a New Year's resolution of stretching more and taking better care of my body and any aches or pains I may experience, because that is something I deal with sometimes. So I did a good stretching session on the mat that I laid out yesterday. Very good hack if you're trying to make a morning routine work, is just to make it as easy as possible for yourself by doing everything the night before. A good morning routine truly starts with a good evening routine, which I'll share with you later what my evening routine looks like. And then after stretching, I just made some light breakfast. I had my vitamins and I made myself a cup of tea. I did some journaling, and then I planned out my day on this little notepad. I always do this. This is my little ritual and my absolute favorite part of the day. I even watched a little bit of a YouTube video while eating. I was watching Hannah Atkins. If you don't know her, check her out. She is my absolute favorite YouTuber, or at least one of them. And yeah, one day I aspire to be living her exact life in the English countryside with James, in a cottage somewhere in the Cotswolds preferably. But for now, this will do as well. I'm feeling very content here in my new apartment and in my new routine, and yeah, I just hope you enjoy watching this. But next on the agenda is to get ready and head to the gym. Of course, again, I already packed everything I need, so I just have to get dressed with the clothes I laid out yesterday, and then we'll head to the gym and we'll shower and get ready there and go to work. So again, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoy this video. Hi there, so I am back home. It is now 5:50 p.m. and I had a long, busy day at work, and I didn't get to film as many clips there as I was hoping to, but I hope you'll forgive me for that. But yeah, I'm back home, and as you saw, I always make sure to unpack and repack my bags the second I get in. Before I sit down or anything, I just make sure that my bags are packed for tomorrow and that I've chosen an outfit and laid everything ready. So now I can just unwind and enjoy my evening, and I'm all packed and ready for the morning. So that's such a big help for me. Then I just immediately switched into something more comfortable, and I did my skincare, and my skin is really terrible at the moment. I'm getting my period very soon, so please don't judge. This is all like hormonal acne. I've been struggling with hormonal acne for the past year or something, and nothing seems to help, but oh well. Anyway, let's move on. So yeah, it's 5:50. I'm super hungry, so I obviously had breakfast really early in the morning, and then I had lunch pretty early at work, and usually in the afternoon I'll have some kind of snack at work, but I was so busy, so I didn't do that today. So I'm just very hungry, and at this time I usually call up James and have a chat with him, so I'm probably gonna do that and then just chill out for the rest of the evening, watch some of my show. I'm currently watching the new season of Outlander, and if you have not yet gotten on the Outlander train, now is your time. There is so much good material out there. Yeah, I'm really loving it. It took me a few episodes to get into it for sure. I actually started it and then forgot about it, and then a few years later I got back into it and watched the whole thing in a few months. So there's a new season rolling right now that I'm currently watching, and yeah, I'll probably watch an episode of that and then read my book and then just chill out. And yeah, something new that is happening in this apartment is that I started talking to myself. And maybe it's the YouTubing that's getting me used to talking when I'm alone, or maybe it's just being completely comfortable for the first time in many years. I've never been someone to talk to myself. I've never related to people who talk to themselves. Thought that was very strange. I could never relate, but then the past few days I've been catching myself talking to myself all the time. That might sound like I'm going crazy or like I'm lonely or something, but I really do think that it's, yeah, that took a week in my own apartment, completely alone, for me to get completely comfortable. And yeah, I think it's a very good sign. That might be strange. Oh well. So let me give you an update on what I'm currently reading, because I'm very excited about this. So if you've seen my Scotland vlog, you saw that I picked up this one from a thrift shop. This is Get Your Shit Together by Sara. It's a self-help book. She's the author of The Life-Changing Magic of Not Giving a Fuck. Maybe it's a bad sign, but I don't remember if I read her other book, but I'm enjoying this one. It's definitely to the lighter side. It's definitely just like a self-help book. It's not like some books are truly life-changing. I read The War of Art. The War of Art is a self-help book that I really think about all the time. It had like a deep impact on me. I read Atomic Habits. That's another big one for me. I also read Attached, which is a book about attachment styles that completely stuck with me. I think about it all the time. This is not one of those books. I'm sorry, Sara Knight, but this is not gonna be one of those books for me, but it's really fun. She writes really witty and super clever and full of just jokes. Every single sentence in here has a punchline, and I'm plowing through it, and it may not stick with me forever, but when I do read it, it's a big chunk of just motivation, inspiration, and yeah, to just get your shit together. I also think I am a person who has my shit together a lot, but one of the things that she talks a lot about in here is prioritizing and realizing that there are things you must do, and then there are things that can wait until tomorrow or next week. And that's definitely something I'm not so good at with my personal life. I'm really good at making very long to-do lists and then stressing a lot about all the things I have to do and being in a constant state of like time hunger, if you can call it that. I always feel like I don't have enough time to do all the things I want to do. I feel like I'm constantly lacking behind. But this book is a good reminder that there are things you must do, and then there are things you don't have to do today. And when you start prioritizing your to-do list better, and this is like such a no-brainer, so I don't know why it's hitting me this time. But yeah, if you start prioritizing your to-dos, you realize that you do have time if you just do the things that you have to do today, to make room for all the things that you want to do. Because I've definitely been a person for a long time who will just live in a constant to-do list, and I can always come up with something I should do. Well, if I'm done with work and YouTube and all the important things, then what about when was the last time I went to the dentist, and when was the last time I washed my floors? And I can always come up with all these to-dos, which means that I never feel like I have the time to do fun things. But yeah, I'm trying to learn more about myself and push myself to stop pushing myself so hard this year, and give myself more grace and just prioritize this year. So yeah, this book is good for that. Anyway, that was a long rant about Get Your Shit Together by Sara, and this is quite an old book. So this book is from 2016, so I'm way behind, but I guess this is kind of universal, even though all of the pop culture references in here are hilarious because they're very outdated. Now to the good stuff. I am currently reading Binding 13 by Chloe Walsh, and when I tell you, I love this book, and I am not even halfway through. As you can see, it's very long, and I'm currently listening to the audiobook, which is highly recommend. I got surprised, but I don't know why, when I heard that they're Irish. The narrators are Irish, and I absolutely love it. It took me a little while to get used to, especially because when I heard the male lead, I was like, this doesn't sound like Paul Mescal. This is not my kind of Irish. But then I listened for an hour, and then I was like, okay, yeah, I get it now. I just had to readjust. You know, you always have to readjust to a new narrator. But yeah, this book is just, it's a young adult. They're like 17 years old, which is always kind of weird. But when I read it, I don't imagine 17-year-olds, okay? I imagine someone a little older in my head, much older. Anyway, this book is set in Ireland at a prestigious private school, Love. It's about the new girl, Shannon Lynch, who arrives to this private school and first day meets the cool kid, Johnny Kavanagh, who is also the captain of the school rugby team and set to do great things with his rugby career. And it's just so sweet, and I'm imagining basically just that everything looks like normal people in this because it's Irish, I guess. And yeah, even the prose, the audiobook, everything with this just works for me. I think it's adorable. I think I have not felt this way, or like it's giving me, don't like take this too seriously, but it's kind of feels like reading Twilight in some ways, because it is a young adult with this like mysterious, popular guy that everyone loves, but he's just really stoic and doesn't care what anyone thinks. He's just so above it. And then the new girl who doesn't understand why he's so interested in her, you know? It's giving me a feeling. It's giving me some kind of nostalgic feeling like I felt when I was reading Twilight for the first time as a teenager. So yeah, I'm just loving this, but Irish Twilight with no supernatural. So I don't know with this comparison. It doesn't really last. It's just good. It's just good. I'm just really enjoying this, and I don't know if it's because I'm listening to it in Irish, because it's a European accent and it's not American. It feels like more artful than a young adult American romance fiction. Does that make sense? Like maybe that's affecting my judgment, or maybe it's just good. The tension between the two is amazing, and he's super protective, and she is super fragile, and all the things that we love in a heteronormative romance. And he's like really he's like ridiculously tall and ridiculously big with like arms like tree trunks, and she's so tiny, like underdeveloped teenager tiny, which is, maybe I'm a tall woman, so I'm always a little bit tired of the she's so tiny female main character trope, but I'm never gonna get tired of a he's so huge male trope. Anyway, really enjoying this book, and I can't wait to finish it and keep listening to it and get all the way through, so I'm really enjoying that. Anyway, now let's make some dinner. Okay, so I'm gonna have a very strange meal for dinner because I just don't have a lot right now, but I do want it to be super healthy, so I have some rye bread and some eggs and some veggies, and I think I'm just gonna toast some rye bread, make some fried eggs, and then just have some veggies with it, and it'll be healthy and delicious. And yeah, rye bread is a Danish thing that we're very proud of. It's basically just like a super whole grain kind of bread. I think every single Dane eats this every single day, but usually for lunch.
Interrupting him mid-rant. I'm okay, calm down. Caught in a tonight, asked you if I wasn't desperate. No, I don't have to. He replied slowly. I'm offering. I explained face burning, phone to his ear. Yeah, I know. Thanks. It was a strong performance. Probably on sale for the summer tour. And answer my question. Gave me permission to take you home. He yanked the glass door open. The second month of spring in Ireland. Asked, awestruck. So painfully aware of the stench of a teenage boy in the fast car. Yeah, the back door, the fashion carnage that was his front seat. The male to female ratio in third year was heavily unbalanced with 80 boys and only 5 girls. Luckily for me, Ronan
Hey, honey.
Hello, darling.
It is now 8:20 p.m. and I'm in bed. I did my skincare, I brushed my teeth, I cleaned up, everything's all set up and ready for tomorrow. And yeah, this has been a great day. A very standard day in my life here in my new apartment in Copenhagen. And I'm just so glad that you took the time out of your day to watch this video. I hope you enjoyed it. This was a bit different for me to film because, well, I just filmed whatever I was doing and I didn't do anything to film it, so I didn't have as much time to think about how I wanted to film something because everything was like happening real time. But let me know down in the comments how you like this video, and if you would like to see more just regular days in my life, I'll definitely still be doing the more fun weekends in my life where I go do something nice or I go explore the city and stuff like that. With the spring coming, I'm definitely also gonna be exploring my new neighborhood a lot more, which I'm very excited about, and I'll share that with you. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video, and thank you again so much for watching. Mwah.